I just got an email, but we're recording. So this time, hopefully it will capture the entire screen. This is to play Wolfenstein. What we're going to do is we're going to install DOSBox. Then we're going to install Wolfenstein inside of DOSBox. So to get that, you'll download these buttons with the little download button. That'll save it to your downloads. I've already saved mine to my downloads, but you will need to download it. And then in the Finder, you'll go into your download section and you'll find DOSBox. And then you should grab the icon, the fancy looking icon, and you should drag it over into applications. I've already done this. And then in applications, you now have DOSBox that you can open up by double clicking. DOSBox is effectively an old DOS emulator system. DOS was a operating system, so when I was young and using computers, this is what my computer looked like when I actually turned it on. I didn't have the flashy screens, and if I wanted to run a program, I'd have to run the program through this. So the next thing, though, now that DOSBox is open, is you actually need to install the game. So in the install files, we have wolf14.zip, and we can find that again in our downloads. It's wolf14.zip. Where's it at? wolf14.zip. If we open this up, we can actually see it in a folder, and we have this install.exe, and we have a couple of other files in there as well. We want all of those files, but we want those files in a place that we can get to them in DOSBox. And so we want to take this folder and we want to move it, copy it, and we want to go to a place. So we're going to go to recent folders. We're going to go to Lows, just my user folder, which is right here. And then inside of Lows, you're going to have a different name there, but you're going to make a new folder called DOS Games. So, and to make a new folder, you go File, New Folder, and that'll make a new folder. And you want to make a new folder, sorry, not untitled folder, but you want to make a new folder in your user folder, all right? And call it DOS Games so it's easy to see. And then inside of DOS Games, I made a new folder called Wolf, and I copied in the things for 1.14 Wolf. I just made a new folder called Wolf, and I copied all three of those things into it, all right? And so now, here's the fun part. We're going to mount as the C drive, let me make sure I spell this properly. Yeah, as C, so capital C, we are going to tilde, and then user, no, we're just going to use the tilde, which puts us at the user's place, DOS Games. So now C drive is mounted, and we can go into our C drive and we can run a dir command, which will give us a list of all of the folders. And so we can use the cd command, change directory, into Wolf, and we can use dir again. And there's an install.exe, and we're going to run install by typing in install. And we're just going to use the default values here. We are going to install Windows or Wolfenstein. And let me keep my DOSBox open. So we're going to install Wolfenstein, and this is going to take a little bit of time to install, and it's going to install it inside of DOSBox. And I've already installed mine, but I'm doing it again just to kind of show you how long it takes. It doesn't take too long, but as it finishes, you know that it's not actually done. So this is still needing some information, so we're going to press C to complete the install. And now it's, do I want to overwrite things? And sure, I'm going to overwrite things, and it's going to continue installing. I'm going to overwrite that and that. I'm going to overwrite everything to get a nice fresh install, because I did this yesterday, but I didn't take a video. When you do it the first time, you will not need to click yes a bunch. You'll just do the install, and it'll just work. Yay. So again, it is currently installing an old DOS game, and this is the freeware version of the game, so we're not even committing piracy when we do this. This is meant to be shared. So now cd dir, cd allows us to go back, and we have a Wolf 3D folder that you will not have had. So we're going to cd Wolf 3D, and with dir to list out what's in there. And we're going to look at the exe files, and we see there's a few of them. There's dealers, there is squibabas, and there is Wolf 3D. And Wolf 3D is actually what we want, so we're going to go Wolf 3D. And that, my friends, is how I used to have to turn on games. back when I was a kid. This is why I know so much about like computers, because to play a video game back when I was a kid, you needed to know all of this stuff about computers. And so now you can play Wolfenstein 3D. It's a beautiful, oh, read this. What am I reading? Look at all that. 41 pages of actual information. If you're ever wondering how this game works, there's a read this. It's even called read this. New game. And you can't play these green ones because these green ones are things you have to buy. But episode 1, you can totally play it. They have different like difficulty levels. I like the bring 'em on. Get psyched. So when you're gonna move around with your mouse, you can look around with your mouse and stuff. You can also move with the arrow keys, and you can click to shoot, spacebar to interact. You can also change your get him. Got him. All right, anyway. So this is the game. I don't need to play the game. I just wanted to show you how to install the game. I'm going to hit escape. And I'm going to click quit. And it's going to insult me. For Guns and Glory, press no. For Work and Worry, press Y. I'm back to Work and Worry, my friends. We're going to press Y. To leave DOSBox, you type the word exit and hit the return button, and that will close the game. Take a screenshot, submit it, worth 1 point. That's a lot of work for 1 point, but that's what it's worth.